Welcome back. It's still Morning Rush on Metro Television. This morning, we'll be having a conversation that is centered on ways to check if you are being hacked. And this morning, we'll delve into that conversation because it is critical to stay vigilant and also know the signs that could possibly indicate a potential security breach. And this morning, we're talking to DK Cyber, who is a cybersecurity expert, to help with the conversation. DK, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
And welcome to Morning Rush.
Thank you. Thank you.
They're looking good. I'm saying that this morning his petals are looking nice. He's looking like a flamboyant flower. How's your weekend?
Well, it was great. Yesterday we had a successful program whereby a lot of people trooped in to enjoy or to be part of a free workshop. Actually, we focus on the teens. So we delved through internet safety, what they could be doing, and we also delved through cyberbullying because it's becoming more rampant within the teens fraternity. So we need to, raise more awareness.
True.
And after the experience were great, and I believe that they will not just keep it to themselves, but pass on this morning to their friends.
Yeah. And that's why we are delving into similar conversation. That is ways to check if we are being hacked.
Yeah.
Let's start with how, or I want to say how. Could you explain the importance of regularly checking our online activities, the sites that we visit? Because sometimes I believe sometimes it's the sites that we visit that leads to certain things, then it comes back to us, and then we hack. So regularly, how would you explain the importance of knowing these accounts that we visit and how we can monitor our activities online?
All right, thank you very much. A good question. Good morning to our viewers. So yes, regularly, I think it's important for us to be checking our daily online activity. Now you and I could believe or have come to understand that we cannot do away with internet, with online connectivity. Hence, we need to be careful places that we visit. This morning, if I'm going to places like, we know some of the places like maybe I'm going to Budumbram, Kaswa, I would be extra careful. Or maybe at some time, I will be careful because I know how those areas are in the evening, quote unquote. So the way we protect, we check our lifestyle online, the same way we need to check our lifestyle on the space. Now that is to tell us that we had to check, verify every activities that we do on the space. Like my sister said, whatever happens to you on your device starts from somewhere, and mostly starts from these online platforms. I know I have done an investigation into people who really often visit some explicit websites like the pornographic website, and then their phone starts behaving some way. That should tell that some sites that you visit could affect your device that you are using, right? So we have platforms like pentester.com, right? Whereby you could put through in your Gmail. It runs a scan on the email, and it tells you where that email has been found. Either it's been affecting, if it was a malicious place or if it was a phishing place, then they could advise you. Then you go ahead to check. Even if your email has been listed on the dark web before in terms of a data breach, then they could check for you. Have I been porn also do the same thing? So this morning, it's imperative on us to check our daily online activities. What we doing, the websites we are browsing, are they safe for us? What do we go there to do? What was the site doing for us, taking from us? Because today we can say that the online activities or most of the online platform keep tracking us. Right now, if you go to your history on the map, it could tell you all your movement that you've been doing. Just think it this way. If somebody is able to get access to it, that means that it's able to footprint or print out your activities per day to you. And that is a very key issue that we should be worried about.
Before I ask about the indications or signs that can tell us that someone is hacking us or we are being hacked, let me give you two scenarios, and then you tell me who is much more exposed to being hacked.
Exactly.
So let's say for ladies, we now buy most of our things online. Be it our hair, our wigs, our shoes. For page one, let's say page A, when I go, I'm being told to put in my email. I'm being told to put in my your location. They even ask you allow location or not, and maybe I allow it. And I've done all this. I've put my name, my email, and maybe a telephone number there. And another site B, where I go there and then I don't even put my name, but then I move into deep websites where maybe to get my clothing, and then maybe I just put my name there and then just my telephone number. One is with your email, one is with your telephone number. Who is more exposed to be hacked?
All right, so all the scenarios, I feel that when it comes to security, the option B, it's a bit safer.
With your telephone number.
Yes, yeah, than the option A. Why? Because the option A intends to collect a lot of data from you.
Okay.
And mostly they will tell that they use those data for personal enhancement.
Exactly.
So that they could send you, and sometimes they send you junk messages in your emails.
Yeah.
They will be sending you daily message every day. And now you know that your Gmail is only 15 gig. So sometimes this messages even will flooding your emails, and at the end of the day, you have to even go and buy extra gig into your Gmail or your electronic mailing system. So the option B could possibly be a good option. Then, but there are other things that we need to check that, right? The sites that you are browsing, collecting your data, you need to actually do a little bit of research on the site. Know who they are, where they are, what they are doing, right? I tell people that today, it's very important for us that when you go to the banks, request for a prepaid card or an internet banking card, online banking card. And that one, anywhere you drop it, it's based when you want to use it, that's when you push money onto it. So you could have your main money on your account connected to your Visa card, your MasterCard, whatever. But anytime you want to make a purchase, say you want to purchase your clothes, you need to just forward it to the internet banking card, then they will deduct it and the purchase will be done.
Okay.
But if you put in your main Visa card, that means that there could be deductions because there's money in the account.
Yes.
Right, so we need to, and I always say that if you don't really trust the website, you don't have to save the card details onto the website.
Okay.
You don't have to save the card details onto the website.
We should take notice of that, because nowadays most of the games that we play on our phones will entice us to buy coins to browse more. Now, in buying coins, you have to buy. You have to have like money in your Visa, your account, be it buying it with Visa or anything. But then, what are some of the common signs that indicate that our account or our device is being hacked?
All right, thank you very much. Good question. So one of them is let's start from the social platforms. So most of the times you go to example like Facebook, you go to Facebook, your profile, settings and security settings, then you go to where you are logged in. Now, where you are logged in will tell you the number of devices that are connected using your system or using your social platform. So that is one of the ways. So when you go there and you see a device that is not you, or that device that you don't use, that means that it's a clear indication that somebody is sitting right there in your account, that you need to log out that device, right? Those are on the social media platform. Now, the next one is also on our mobile phones, right? On our mobile phones, sometimes you receive, you go to your screenshot and you check that there's a lot of screenshots done that is not you. You don't remember you screenshotting all those. That means that it could be that somebody is remotely accessing and taking a screenshot to somebody. That could be a flag. Also, battery drainage. You know your phone is body new or it's strong, but now
solid.
The battery keeps draining faster. Those are some of the elements you have to check. You are there and you see that there are strange messages that are coming up in there. You could also check. There are foreign numbers contacting you, sending you messages up and down. That means that somebody is trying to spam you on your line or something, right? That is also another factor. And we have to also check that some of the people too, mostly their network goes up and off and on like that. It could be that somebody is doing a SIM swap fraud, right? That is embossing your SIM card. So you need to check all those things. After that, on WhatsApp too, it has become one of the common places you and I live, right? So sometimes you have to also check the devices linked to your account. It's very simple. WhatsApp settings, you go to link devices. Check to see if there's any external device that has been linked onto your account. It may be that somebody has linked up your device or your WhatsApp to his device or her device, right? And also, we have to go to our app settings, right? Runs through to know every app and what they are doing on your phone. Right? So mostly they are spy apps. that are being stored on our phones. And normally those fire apps, they don't really show there's any app there.
Yeah.
You go to your app settings, and let me tell you the secret. You go to your app settings, the app settings on your phone, right? That means the settings side, go to the apps. Check to see if there's any app that has no name. It could be an icon that has Wi-Fi, sign, and there's no name to it. Mostly such spy apps now they will delete themselves, but they will go to the app side to show something, right? Whereby it has no name, right? That's some of this. And also we are also very aware of Trojans. Trojans are where malicious actors or hackers, scammers, spammers try to develop an app that is mimicking, right?
Yeah.
A legitimate app. Right, so you have your banking app on your device, right, and it got expired or something. For some reason, you lost it, and you want to get a new one, right? New one, you go to Play Store to download. Sometimes when you go there and key in your bank app or your bank name, there are so many countless of apps that comes for your bank. That means that it might not be all that good.
Yeah.
Some are Trojans, and those Trojans are giving languages behind, malicious intent. They could be dumping your keystroke for the hackers or the scammers. They could be taking a screenshot for the hackers to the scammers. They could be doing all sorts of things on your device. So all those are some of the things to check, right? However, the last one that is very, let me say, it should be your first aid thing is that we are aware that sometimes there are calls that are being forwarded, calls that are being diverted, right? So we have short USSD code to check those things, right? A *#62# to check if your call's being diverted, forwarded, right? So *#62#.
Okay, wait, take your time.
Yeah. #62#.
62#.
Yeah, and you send it. Just send it.
Okay.
So a prompt will come for you.
Okay, certain interrogation succeeded. Voice call forwarded. When unreachable, someone, okay, then there's a number here.
Yeah, so there's a number.
When unreachable, forwarded to +23, like there's a number.
There's a number, and is that your number?
That's not my number.
Right. So that's what we're saying. So sometimes we have to check.
But this one, who is forwarding the calls? Is it my telcos or?
No, so it's not about them. We have some of the telcos, right, that they have, what they say is that they have what we call, voicemail, right? So sometimes when somebody tries to reach you, so you can send the voicemail to a default number.
Okay.
So we have a default number provided by this. So when we are done, I'll check it.
Okay.
If it's the default number. But some people, you go there and you see a number that the calls have been forwarded to. That means that for all these days or hours or time, somebody's trying to get you. And that was a simple service to us. Sometimes I'm coming on this program, maybe I have 2 or 3 phones and I have only this phone, right? I can decide to forward all the calls to these phones because I'm not around.
Okay.
But this time around, the hackers or the scammers try to do that on your behalf to their numbers. And that's where it's scary.
When I haven't asked for any.
Yes. So please, to block it is #62#.
Okay.
So checking is *#62# and blocking is #62#. These I call these things like first aid box, like first aid remediations in terms of these cyber things, right? These are some of the things that we need to know whilst we are using these devices. And please, I think we talk about password. When your password is weak, it's also an indication that your account could be compromised. Yeah. And if you don't enable two-factor authentication, it's also a red flag that your account could be compromised. On my platform, I just did I had a simple AI bot that's able to harvest Instagram, password, and username. Within 30 seconds, I was able to get somebody's Instagram username and password. The only thing that could save that person is two-factor authentication.
Okay, yeah.
So now getting your password, harvesting your passwords are easy for the hackers.
Yes. So
but the only savior
is the two-factor.
Is the two-factor authentication. Okay. The savior could save you to some extent.
The savior could save you to some extent, yes. Thank you very much for educating us this morning. I mean,
welcome.
People keep asking me your Instagram handle, your Facebook.
Yeah.
So kindly put it out there this morning.
Cyber One Defense.
Okay.
Cyber One Defense. Cyber One Defense Communication on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and X2, and also on TikTok is DK Cyber GH. DK Cyber GH. And our location has always been at Abelemkpe.
Okay.
Adjacent the Central Mosque.
Thank you very much, DK, for educating us this morning.